Alright, hold on. Let me take a sip of coffee. Alright. So, I'm going to play some more of this Ernie live from, was it, 2 days ago? So, I was, when I was out, um, I was thinking more about this shit with K9 and Ernie. And what I said in my last video, it could just be, a way for him to uh, try and make everybody think that he's not there anymore. But I want to take a look at the timeline of it. Okay, I don't think I mentioned like the timeline of it, like what kind of made me think more about it as a as a distraction away from where he's really at. So Ernie was ripping and running. He never really left to begin with. Okay, but he plays his health and all that shit. Oh, I was sick. What was it? He was in the hospital waiting to get something put in his butt, and I think Nick called the hospital or something. He freaked out and he left, and I don't know, his sister picked him up or some shit like that. But Ernie's a liability. Okay, so obviously I don't think he could stay there at his sister's house. Now, I'm not saying that he is at K9's house. I'm just saying this is the timeline of things that made me think he's possibly there, which I don't fucking care really if he is there. I mean, I don't know where the broad lives. Even if I did know where she lives, I'm not gonna fucking call the cops and tell him to go. You know what I mean? It's fucking, to me, he'll get caught when he gets caught. Nobody needs to go looking for him. It'll happen one day, and that'll be that. Um, or if Ernie had some fucking balls, he would just call his fucking PO and say, "Hey, look, I want to turn myself in," because POs don't necessarily always want to lock you up. You know what I mean? If Ernie's on drugs, okay, so a PO they don't. They can say, "Hey, look, go to detox. We'll get you into detox," because you can use your PO as an asset. You can use them as a way to get into programs that you normally, necessarily wouldn't be able to get into so quickly, or to get you a bed at a rehab or a fucking halfway house or something like that. I mean, maybe if you can't get into a detox, um, I've seen it times when I was in on E Block in Graterford. Guys would come in and they said, "I couldn't get a bed at the rehab." PO said, go in and fucking detox for 2 to 3 weeks. We'll come back and we'll set you up with a fucking room at a halfway house, and give you a fresh start. And sure enough, 2 3 weeks later, they were signing out. After they sold their PO, usually at nighttime, the PO would come up, and then the next day they'd be signing out, and then the following day they'd be out of here. Anyways, but what I'm saying to you is, it doesn't, your PO doesn't necessarily, Ernie's PO doesn't necessarily have to be out to lock him up, but he does have warrants for what was it? The bail jumping, and what was the other thing? I don't know. It's up on my channel somewhere. But so this is like the timeline I look at it, right? So he dips out from his butt play at the hospital, and his sister. I mean, who the fuck would really want this guy around, anyways? You know what I mean? Other than Mammoth. Jesus, Mammoth is. You better be careful, Ernie. That Mammoth is gonna end up wearing your skin one day. I'm telling you. She's gonna fucking go full Silence of the Lambs on you. She's gonna go Ed Gain, whatever you want to call it. So he leaves the butt play at the hospital, and then what's he doing? He's still ripping it, running on the streets, getting high. And the streets will eat you up, man. It doesn't take long, especially when you're not sleeping right, you're not eating right, and you're strung out on drugs like Ernie is. So he what's he tell us? He needed the stuff, sent somewhere because he didn't have an address. You can't send packages to a tent. I mean, whatever he said. Um, so, like I said in the past, he gets cool with K9. I think they go out on a date, whatever. And, they had some sort of falling out or whatever he wants us to believe. But the things that happen afterwards is what makes me think So the timeline, he goes from, oh, I got my health back, I'm good. And, she was probably like, listen, asshole, if you want to fucking stay here, you got to make them think you're not here, because he bitches about Nick and everybody, always fucking trying to call places and get him locked up or whatever. Now, Nick did call the hospital, but, I mean, obviously he didn't get locked. She didn't, she could have just not said anything to him and just called the cops, and the cops could have went there and picked him up, but she didn't. So anyways, so when Ernie does that speaking tour, when he lies about the speaking tour, I think that was him telling Kanan, yo, just let me do this like this. I'm going to make it seem like I'm doing, let things die down. I'm going to go on the speaking tour and tell him doing that, because everything was coming down on him, because he was trying to do, he's trying to manipulate multiple communities by going after Morbid. Morbid didn't do anything. So, like I said in my last video, Ernie was trying to poach subs and poach, donations and shit like that, and new suckers to buy his fucking bullshit medallions and all that shit. He was, he's quit so many times and reinvented himself and all that shit, in which he's, it's just prolonging his scams. He's just furthering his scams. But, yeah, so he, I think that's part of the reason what the speaking tour was, let things die down, K9, and, we'll see. And then things didn't exactly die down. In the middle of it, some fucking guy pops up pretending to be Ernie's cousin, and which I don't know if, Ernie's an idiot. He could just be, that could have just been him thinking, oh, I'm going to be funny and pretend to be my cousin. Or it could have been Ernie trying to slip in a new angle for him to make people believe he's staying with some, mystery cousin. You know what I mean? It's plausible. Ernie, I can see Ernie thinking like that. But, people weren't buying that bullshit. So then what happens? Mamet does the bullshit knock thing. Oh, they're looking for Ernie, right? And I don't necessarily, know if that was supposed to be, like, believable. It could be another thing where, Ernie teaches these people how to be, liars and scammers, and, how to manipulate people. And I don't know if it was Mamet using bullshit tactics that she learned from Ernie just to stir the pot and have people talking about Mamet coming there, like to get the buzz going, or if she really thought that would help Ernie and people would think, oh my God, Nick is calling there. They know where she's at. Because Nick's not checking for Mamet. She's not trying to find Mamet. Like, nobody fucking gives a fuck about Mamet. Like, nobody's trying to shut you down. They tried to help you, Mamet, and you fucking lied to them and spit in their face. And you're a piece of shit for that. So she did that fake knock and tried to make it seem like cops were there and they were looking for Ernie. You know what I mean? Like, so now what were we supposed to believe and think that Ernie was in California rocking with you? Get the fuck out of here. Ernie's probably, like, secretly terrified of Mamet because he knows she's just gonna fucking wear his skin and eat his organs in front of him. So then after that, when that didn't work, the Ocean Lover thing pops up. See, now, to me, the Ocean Lover thing, it serves multiple purposes. This is the part that I really wanted to elaborate on. The Ocean Lover thing is, a distraction from him dropping the beef with Kanan, because he was, he like Kaz said, usually when he drags somebody, he will do it. Look, he still goes in on people that wronged him, in his own words, which nobody fucking wronged him. They called him out on his bullshit. But he still goes on. There's certain people that he still mentions to this day that they're not even in the fucking community anymore. They're not even around no more. But Ernie's fifis are still hurt by what these people said. He still talks about them. But, so, the Ocean Lover lies about Jimbo was to, in my opinion, distract from the canine thing being, done with so quickly. And then it's also a punishment to Jimbo. Okay. And it's, in my opinion, it's a punishment to Jimbo for, like Ernie and Ocean Lover and all of them on like, how dare you, go and be friends with Nick? How dare you partner up with Nick and call out Ernie's bullshit? And it was it's a punishment for that. It's also a punishment from Ernie to Jimbo. Like, how dare you have a settlement, right? Because Ernie hates when Jimbo makes any kind of money. He pocket watches Jimbo and Nick more than anyone. He hates when they make any kind of money. Drives him fucking nuts. So Jimbo getting this fucking settlement was like, oh man, that adds fuel to the fire for Ernie. Now he's got to lash out. Now he's got to try and bash Jimbo, but he don't want to say these things himself because he doesn't want to be held liable. So what's he do? He gets Ocean Lover to say. So the things that she said, they served multiple purposes. In my opinion, allegedly for entertainment purposes only or whatever the fuck. So I'm gonna press play in a second, but that's what I wanted to elaborate. I know I skipped a part that I was thinking about saying, but it'll come to me. I'm not, obviously this thing's 2 hours 15 minutes long. I'm not gonna fucking play all of it. I'll break it down. What was another thing? I don't know. It'll come to me. Anyways, let me press play.
Now let's start from something that Jimbo. Tell me when somebody's streaming me, please. Can you tell me if somebody's streaming me or not? Somebody. I hate not having a second device these days. I try to just stay with one device. I don't need those 2 and 3 devices. I do need another one though. Good deal. Make sure nobody's streaming me. I don't want that now. We don't want to get into that. Can't be telling those secrets if we're getting streamed. If Kemper's listening, you know that. Well, Kemper won't repeat what I say because he knows. He knows.
What the fuck was that? Did you just turn into Pinocchio? Did you hear how fucking high his voice got? Because I know. His voice got super high right there. Because he forgets. He forgets to put on the fucking Batman voice. The fucking, I'm gonna fucking save the world voice. He forgets. And then his real voice comes out. The voice when he was getting tasered. And he's crying like a little bitch. Thank you, Behind Green Eyes, for that video. Seriously. I know I mentioned it before, but thank you for that. I mean, it's like a triple pack. Or, well, yeah, there's 3 in there, I think. 3 separate things of Ernie getting beat up. And he got tased too. It's like, I probably watched it a couple of times. I remember when he got tased, I probably watched the little thing that Kaz sent me. She broke it down to like only the part where he got. I must have watched that thing. I think I said this before. I probably watched it within the first month after it happened, probably about 400 times, just laughing at everybody I would see. People were calling from fucking prison, and I'm like, yo, listen to this fucking coward getting fucking tased. Shit was funny as hell.
So here's the thing. Do we have our clip channels in here? Where's our clip channels at? Any clip channels? Please put a 1 in the chat to your clip channel. That way I know this is going to get out there. Yeah, these days, hell, I can't pull enough number to do anything. Like a dot.
He did it again. His voice got high again.
Breeze or something. We have clip channels. Any clip channels? There we go. Tiger Lord. You mean to tell me I ain't got but 1 clip channel? Yeah, I might not need to do something. I might have to do some entertaining or something. I don't know. I might have to strip off butt naked and run down the highway. Do a highway run. Maybe that'd get me a clip channel or 2 added.
I hope you get tased.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Sunstar. I hope everything's well with you. So I have a list of everybody who is over at the stand and who is on Nicolina's chats. I have everything. Their real names, everything. But I'm not.
Why? Why do you have a list of that, Ernie? Why do you need a list of everybody's fucking names that are in different people's chats? That's so fucking weird. That's so fucking creepy.
I need to answer a few questions first. I've got some wild emails. Now, am I going to dox children? No, I will not dox children.
Yeah, you will.
I will dox family. Simple as that. This can make one hellacious day. I'm telling you, it's going to make a hellacious day. And the way we do it, it ain't doxing, you see. Public profile. It's a public profile. Yeah, that's exactly right.
This is, sorry for sapping it so much, guys, but this is one of the things that I was saying earlier. This is one of the tools in his scammer extortion box of tools, right? This is the thing. This is one of the things that he does. He'll threaten to dox / expose somebody, their family, he says he's not going to dox kids, but he's done it. He's done it plenty of times in the past.
Did you know some of these people, their work and where they work at, they hold professional careers. You wouldn't think about who they really are and them holding such a protective career and supposed to help people, and they're in another chat damning someone. That's not helping them. That's not helping them at all.
That's also not a fucking crime. It's also not a fucking crime. So why the fuck do you have this shit? Okay? Of course, people can have a fucking job. They're not on the fucking clock all the time. Like they're not sitting on the clock and doing this stuff. You know what I mean? And when I say doing this stuff, all they're doing is chatting and adding in their opinions and talking with people in the chat. But if it's anything against Ernie, oh my God, if it hurts his feelings, it's akin to breaking the law to him.
A lot of people scared. A lot of people scared of being outed. Crimes have consequences. She's one of them.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at you, dude. You're literally right now. This is literally what he's doing right now. He is threatening crimes have consequences to whatever with her job, right? He's threatening pretty much, or he's putting this information out, right, in the hopes that it comes across like crimes have consequences. This is what he's trying to say. Crimes have consequences. If you don't leave me alone, I'm going to call your job. Because he will. He's done it multiple times, right? So whatever this person does online has nothing to do with their fucking job. I don't give a fuck what title he's saying this person has, what career they have. You can be a fucking counselor. You could be a fucking, like a, what the fuck was I thinking? A counselor, a therapist, or anything like that, right? And to him that means you're 20, you can be that, and you have to be, you're liable for everything at all times, always, every time, always, for Ernie. That's how it is. Doesn't matter, because if you hurt his feelings, he will try to fucking ruin you. That's what makes it so fucking weird that he just dropped the thing with K9, right?
I have all her info. Everything about her. Everything. Now, let me answer a few questions. These are questions that you will not find Jimbo repeating. Today, Nicolina brought up a video. I don't know what. I guess she slipped into the oldies or something and trying to save her channel and save face, I guess. Hell, I don't know what they're trying to do. They're losing. They're losing bad. But anyways, I don't care.
No,
And she brought
absolutely
up the fact that Leslie MF and B called the police on me, and Nicolina took the credit.
not.
You see right now, Nicolina is trying to get under Leslie B, under her skin, because it's a power control move, is what it is. It's a power control move.
This is one of the things, this is Ernie projecting right here, okay? So, listen, I'm sorry I keep stopping it, but these are things that come along to me while I'm playing it. I'm doing commentary. I apologize if it's annoying, because I know when I watch certain channels and motherfuckers keep fucking pausing it just to say something, I'll be like, yo, dude, shut the fuck up. But this is projection from Ernie, okay? Everything that he says, like he likes to say, just let them talk. They tell on themselves. I know I've said that before, but it really applies a lot with him, because this is all he does. He projects. Whenever he's pointing out certain things, this is what he do. He's a power control person. Ernie is, but he only tries to do it with the people that he knows or thinks he can get it off. He won't do that shit with somebody he doesn't know, or somebody that he knows ain't gonna go for his shit and is just gonna come back twice as hard.
I think Nicolina's teamed up with Jimbo just to be his friend.
Yep.
No, and I said this was happening. How many people would have won in the chat if I didn't call this a couple weeks
I honestly believe that Nick is friends with Jimbo.
ago? I told you what was going on. How did I know? Because Jimbo has people who are still my friend. I know what they talk about.
So, okay, so if this is just a sidebar type thing here. If Nick and Jimbo are these evil people, right? If they're the power control people, how are they allowing somebody to continue to be friends with you and Jim? Like, if she's, power control, why is there multiple communities that cross and people that go wherever they want to go? Nick has never told me ever what to do. And there's times where I was like, yo, I've had conversations with Nick, and she's like, no, dude, I don't know where people get that shit that she forces people to stay here or pick sides or anything like that. If there is a situation where something happens, and this is the only time I've ever seen it, there's a situation that happened, and Nick was like, yo, if you go along with that, if you want to support, and this is like, I'm not going to bring up the situation. I don't want to fucking even talk about that. But basically, there was some bullshit, real scumbag, low life shit. And Nick wasn't wrong for saying, yo, if you go and you want to go and hang out and be supportive of that, then, you're not going to be welcome here. And I don't fault her for that, because that situation was really fucked up, and she's not wrong for that. But she just doesn't just go around trying to fucking, throw her weight around. And so I'm not calling her big. I'm just, you know what I'm saying. It's a fucking, I'm not saying it like that. Don't take me saying any talking shit about Nick. I'm not. I'm saying it. She doesn't throw herself around like she's just some boss and is going to troll people. It's not how she is.
So how is it a big surprise when I already know? I just don't understand that. I mean, if you're playing chess, you guys are losing. Now, let's just go this route.
What?
I
What? In what fucking world? An opposite world? An opposite world. That's the only place that would ever be possible for Nick to be losing to fucking Ernie. I mean, it's very clear that Ernie is fucking losing, and Nick spreading awareness and calling him on his bullshit, calling out his scams. It's very clear that it's having a positive impact, meaning it's saving more people from being hurt by this guy. By this, look, he's just 2 minutes ago was threatening crimes have consequences. I got all your information. I know where you work. This, that, and the other. The more people talk about and the more people point out Ernie's bullshit, the better.
I don't know and could care less about Leslie B and Nicolina. I will say this. I have no hard feelings for Leslie B.
That's bullshit.
No hard feelings whatsoever.
That's a lie.
I know how manipulated Jimbo can be because I was once in the same spot.
Get the fuck out of here. Jimbo did nothing but help you. Okay? You were the one that tried to fucking lie and manipulate and scam. You were the one that tried to fucking get the fucking kid in the trunk so you could sit in the front with another underage girl and do stuff with her. You were the one that got caught trying to put fucking cameras in the fucking bedroom and trying to fucking touch his fucking daughter. You're the one that did that shit. You're the one that was in there fucking lying and manipulating and trying to fucking work every fucking angle and, use Jimbo up for everything that you could. Fuck out of here, man. You're the one that was there, and I want to go back and say something about the fucking thing, Jimbo's first wife and shit. Like, Ernie kept all of that hidden. Now, I'm only saying this because he tries to make it seem like he wants everybody to think Jimbo's a pedophile and, Ernie's a predator hunter, right? But if this was honestly the case, why did you live there? Why, you know what I mean? Like, if Jimbo was this fucking predator and all that shit, why is there no proof of that? There's no fucking, you know, there's nothing of him doing. I mean, like, he coaches kids. He's beloved in the community. They fucking love him. He's he would have done something. You know what I mean? There's nothing there. Ernie likes to say shit because it's a low blow and he knows people already think it, so it's an easy fucking sell. Now, I used to think that. I used to think Jimbo. I used to think all kinds of bad things, but not no more. Now I understand everything. Now I know what was up, and I will fully admit I was wrong, and I apologize for that because that was wrong of me. I never gave it a chance. Basically, I never heard anything. I just automatically just shut it off and was like, nope, and went along with the crowd, and that was wrong. I should have never fucking done that. But anyway.
I know what he can do, and I know what he's about. One thing I would never do is take him. Let's just say this. They say blood is thicker than water. But let me tell you something. Blood will do it to you faster than water will ever think about betraying you.
Oh yeah, you mean like how you used to betray Shelby? How you used to play? I'm not talking about the murder. Leave that side. Leave that completely out of it. There is a lifetime of Ernie fucking doing shit to Shelby. Look, Ernie will only hurt the people. Like what's that saying? You hurt the ones you love, or the people close to you, or something. That's the only people Ernie will hurt because that's the only people he's comfortable with. That's the only people he knows, or at least he thinks he has a good understanding of how their response will be or their lack of response. So he does it. He took advantage of Shelby, not being smart enough or to comprehend those situations and stuff. He took advantage of that. Shelby's whole life, Ernie played games, tricked him, got him to do all kinds of fucked up shit, and then sat back and fucking laughed and played it like it was a joke. You know what I mean? Ernie himself hurt his fucking mother. Ernie himself hurt his fucking sister. He's done all awful, horrible, horrible things to his sister and his brother. Physically assaulted his fucking mom. Was grooming his fucking niece to not tell her, Ernie's sister, the girl's mom, things. He's trying to keep it. Don't tell your mom. Don't tell your mom. I mean, that's grooming, bro.
Trust me, I know.
I know you know.
I know. Did I ever think it would go anywhere? No, I didn't. So for all the questions I've got about what are you going to do? You going to do this? No, I'm not going to do anything.
Because you
I'm not
can't.
going to do anything.
Because you can't.
What does hurt me, yo, is Leslie got to meet my mom. And my mom liked Leslie. I've not told my mom about who supposedly called the police at that time or whatever. When she actually got knocked down. But anyways, I'm not, because if Leslie did do it, which I have, my suspicions, I forgive her. I forgive her.
Liar.
I really do.
Liar.
I have nothing against Leslie B. But there's going to come a time.
See?
Leslie. Just like the song. And you probably know what I'm talking about because you're a fan of the 80s, especially the music. There's going to be a time when you can't run nowhere else. Nicolina knows that.
Hold on. I'm sorry I keep stopping, but listen. If you really forgave her, you wouldn't add in that extra spiel about the fucking karma and the 80s and all that shit. And the other thing is, didn't Ernie say his mom watches his videos and live streams on her laptop? And well, now she knows. Now she knows fucking the reality. Now she knows the truth about the cops and who called the cops. This is why he all you gotta do is let him talk. He'll tell him himself.
And she's trying to push your buttons right now.
No.
By you all. And I mean chaotic and the other groups of women or whoever's over in their horror house chaos thing. The thing about it is, Nicolina is a power control person.
No, that's
and
you.
Right now, by you, that group, Peachy and all them, I think SG, Peachy, and a few others more in it, you're not giving her the time of day. You're not acknowledging her. And that's making her more mad. That's making her go off the deep end.
No.
Think about it. So if it's chaotic, that's your leader. You got a pretty damn good leader. Whoever's giving the advice over in that crew to not pay any attention to Nicolina was destroying her. It's taking her out.
No,
Look
it's
at her.
not.
Look at the stress.
No.
Think about it. It's taking her down.
Nope. Look at this fucking clown, man. He automatically thinks somebody's got to be a leader, somebody's telling people what to do, and this, that, and the other, because that's what he wants to do. That's how he is. He can't be himself. He can't. There's no reality where there isn't a leader or somebody dictating what to do and shit, right? Because that's how Ernie lives. So it can't be that people make up their own minds and do what they want to do. No, it's got to be somebody, because it's all these big conspiracies and these big groups against Ernie and all these fucking different squads and leaders and, fucking commanders, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It can't just be reality. It can't just be people. Nick doesn't give a fuck about somebody fucking not mentioned. She is. It doesn't affect her. All right. She, like, if anything, if it affects Nick in any way, it's positive. She's probably like, thank God, it's less fucking bullshit, less fucking lies, less fucking drama, less fucking accusations. There's always some sort of fucking new thing coming at Nick. So I guarantee you, the less people fucking say anything about her, the better. She doesn't fucking care. It's not gonna fucking ruin her if somebody doesn't say anything. But with Ernie, if you don't pay Ernie attention, these are the things that Ernie does. He lashes out. He acts like a nut. He gets Ocean Lover to go up there and say some shit. He gets Mammoth to do some bullshit. He gets the Tigers to, he gets that dumb broad Melissa to say, she says dumb shit on her own, actually. I shouldn't say that. He probably doesn't even need to tell her to do anything dumb. She's just naturally fucking dumb and does dumb shit. But I'm going to have to wrap this up in a second. I'm going to come back. But
the reason she's chosen you, Leslie, is because she knows the ties. You see, Jimbo won't speak on this because he knows. He knows. If anyone can bring him to his knees, it's Leslie B.
the fuck out of here.
I told you they was in the bushes. Look at that. Oh, yeah, I jumped about 30 people. I forgot. I just don't even acknowledge it. So for people asking me if I have hard feelings on Leslie B and what we're going to do about it, I have no hard feelings. And as far as the Tigers, we're not doing shit about it. People
Sorry,
discover
I didn't mean to do that.
as they go, okay? Just like the song. Life's a dance. You learn as you go. If I start damning everybody that's done something to me, well, fuck, I'd be here for a month.
But that's what you do, Ernie. That's you hold grudges against people that aren't even in this fucking community anymore. I said it before. That's all you do. I think I said this already, but Connie Sue is right. Ernie has to have drama. He doesn't have any kind of skill that he can utilize and make money off of. I mean, the fucking painting of little bullshit plastic medallions. I mean, it's like, I mean, okay, you could give those things to a class of fucking kindergartners and say, have at it, kids, and they come up with way better shit than Ernie could ever do. And the T-shirts, they're not personally handmade by him. He gets them things done. I mean, the graphic, whatever, like, he has the most generic bullshit graphics. He even puts them up on his fucking page. Like, that fucking lightning and the tiger and all that bullshit with the fucking, I don't know, AR-15 in the back and shit. Like, he's so generic and so basic. He's a basic bitch. Ernie is a basic asshole. And what was the other thing about fucking Nick and Leslie B or some shit like that? Like, oh, that's it. The thing, look, the only people that can bring Jimbo to his knees is his family, is Thelma and his kids. And, when his mom was alive, his mother as well, And sorry for your loss about that, Jimbo. I wasn't around. We weren't really cool when your mom passed. But if you ever hear this, sorry for your loss, man. I'm really close with my mom, so You know, I can imagine what that's like. But yeah, there's no. Okay, so maybe Leslie B was friends with Jimbo, personal friends, whatever. Okay, but you make it seem like these people, like, you make it seem like these people all have malicious intent against Jimbo, and they could do this. It's all empty threats, hanging fucking, uh, like he makes all these different references and makes it seem like things are going on behind the scenes. Ain't shit happen except him failing. I know I've said it before, but that's the only thing that happens. The more he talks, the more he exposes and tells on himself. The more he pushes and wants to, do this, that, and the other, he just shows people more of this scumbag, scamming piece of shit. Every person that was in his community that comes over and is now in like Nick's chat or Jimbo's chat, they all say the same thing. They all say, "Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't see this. I can't believe I was, manipulated by this guy." See, there's a thing about a charismatic person, okay? Charm and charisma will make people forget that they're dealing with a fucking monster. And Ernie utilizes that. Ernie can be really charming and charismatic when he needs to be. And he also forgets that charm and that charisma that he uses to manipulate people and make them forget the piece of shit person that he is, that they're dealing with. He also mixes that up with clout. He thinks that his reputation and clout is an actual currency, and he uses that charisma and that charm to manipulate people, and in a way it makes him think that his reputation and his clout is what gets him places. But the thing about utilizing your reputation and clout and in a way to benefit you, the way that he tries to make it benefit, like as like threatening somebody, like he did with crimes, like he does with everybody who threaten to go after them and expose families and call their jobs. And when he was trying to, he wants to, when he called the jail, right? He made it seem like he was somebody he wasn't, right? And that idiot on the other end of the phone went for it because it sounded good. But Ernie needs to be able to use that charm and that charisma when he is trying to use it as a currency, right? So eventually that runs out, though, because he can't maintain the charm and the charisma at all times, at all cost. It falters. It goes against some of the things that he tries to do. That's why he tries to use the reputation and the lies about his past and his achievements and shit like that. He tries to use that as a way to validate himself so that he could further his scams and his lies and further him being a piece of shit. And it's all that equates to is him pulling more dollars out of those sad, sorry motherfuckers. That's all that ends up being. Okay, so his to the people there, like there's always people there that eventually are gonna wake up, and they're gonna, maybe they might not come over to Nick's. Maybe it doesn't matter, but they're gonna leave Ernie, and they're gonna see it eventually one day. And just like Mammoth did. Mammoth did it already. She left and said, "Oh my God!" But when she got called out for lying and scamming on the Mean Girls and taking money from them and shit, and they were like, "Fuck that," and then she went crawling back to Ernie. But that charm and that charisma that Ernie has, and the ability to like entertain uh, people, he turns that into a way for them to excuse his behaviors or all out, makes him forget about the monster scumbag piece of shit that he is. And I hope that makes sense. Anyways, I'm going to come back in a little bit and finish this. So, Ernie, eat a dick, you piece of shit.